Founded in 2017, Binance is now the world's biggest crypto exchange based on trading volume. Changpeng Zhao, known as CZ in the crypto world, is the CEO responsible for this virtually overnight success. Today, we're pleased to welcome CZ to the show for a discussion that covers the gamut. From humble beginnings to crypto world domination, we've got it all. And now you're going to get it all. In fact, after this interview, you'll be saying, "Thank you, sirs. May I have another?" It's the "we launched bad crypto at the same time you launched Binance, so how come we aren't billionaires?" Episode number 250 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
And welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast, episode number 250 of the show for the crypto curious, the crypto serious, and all the peoples of the world that are fascinated by the technology that will soon be a part of everyone's everyday life. Hello, Mr. Travis Wright.
Hello, Mr. Joel Comm. How are you today, good sir?
I am well. We are freshly back from South by Southwest and had a great time there. Got a really fun video that we put together on the Bad Crypto Podcast Facebook page, as well as in the mastermind, if you want to see the shenanigans that we got into while on the expo floor.
That is true. And it might also be cool to upload that as a blog post, potentially.
It would be very cool. We could do that. We'll put that on the blog. Easy peasy.
Easy to do.
Yeah. And let's give thanks to our sponsors today, Travis. We've got LinkedIn, and their jobs feature on their site is, well, it's baller. Because look, you're gonna hire people, and you want to find the best person. The odds are that person is on LinkedIn. They've got a super cool algorithm that doesn't just use, your basic resume stuff, but it uses AI to combine knowledge of hard skills and soft skills and matches you with the best person. So not only are you looking at skills and background, but also interests, activities, passions, and people who use LinkedIn Jobs to get quality hires are ranking it numero uno. That's top of the charts for those of you that don't speak Spanish. So you can actually go post a job today, and you'll want to go to linkedin.com/Bad Crypto Podcast. When you do that, you get $50 off your first job post. LinkedIn.com/Bad Crypto Podcast. Terms and conditions apply, as they do to all offers, but we recommend that you go check it out today.
Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to post a job, go there. If you're looking for a job, go there too. I mean, it's a great place. I love how you can set up little alerts, to see like, blockchain marketing jobs. And then you can put up a little alert, and then they'll send you an email, or they'll actually send you notifications on your app. So either way, if you are a job seeker or seeking people for your jobs, that's a great place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Also, today we have Divvy. And we are proud advisors of this project. We love them. They're the first cryptocurrency, really ecosystem powered by masternodes that can be installed in one click. So it's a crypto app that makes it easy to earn and transact and store your crypto. And with Divvy's Mochi, MOCCI, the masternode one-click cloud installer, users can begin earning crypto at the click of a button without this huge setup process, which is so huge. And it actually took us less than 5 minutes to set up our masternode in our office here. And the network smart wallet enables users to easily store and transact their earned crypto with a very simple, intuitive interface. And Divvy was created by the Divvy Project, a team they're committed to reducing the friction tax of that crypto through ease of use, user experience, and user interface. So check it out at divvyproject.org, DIVI project.org.
Divvy, bo bivvy, banana, fana, fo fivvy, me, ma, mo, mivvy. Say it with me. Divvy. Yeah, and also
I love the way you work it, yo Divvy.
We just had Tim Sanders and Nick Saponaro from Divvy on previous episode. If you want to listen to learn more in depth about masternodes, go to badco.in/249. And today we've got
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What do we do?
Before we get to the big interview,
What?
we also have big news that they may not have heard about yet. Right? So, we might want to share about this. So, many of the listeners of Bad Cryptopia, people who are tuning in right here, we over the years, we have given you Bad Coin. We originally set it up on BitShares, which is the same, which is the blockchain by the same guy who built Steam and built EOS.
What's
right?
up, BitShares?
Yeah. And so we went on BitShares and we set up Bad Coin, and we've I think we've created over 5 billion of them and given out to our fans and whatnot over the past year and a half, 2 years, and had a lot of fun with that. But we thought, what would happen if we could make Bad Coin mineable?
What would happen?
If we could make a brand new blockchain, and because we discovered a problem. We've chatted with so many folks over the past 2 years, and one of the key things we discovered was Bitcoin is not fair when it comes to mining. You have people like Jihan Wu and some of these large-scale mining operations that just have hundreds and thousands of computers just mining Bitcoin all day long, 24 hours a day. And it's impossible for the little guy to mine. Like when Bitcoin started, I was able to mine. I turned on my laptop, I installed the blockchain, and I started mining, and I mined a block. I got 50 Bitcoin. And then I went to a faucet. I got another 5 Bitcoin, and then I lost it all because I threw away my computer after it crashed, and I forgot about the Bitcoin because it wasn't worth anything. But you can't mine Bitcoin on your laptop anymore. You can't mine Ethereum really on these. And so what Badcoin is, it is a blockchain that is a hybrid of 5 blockchain algorithms. It's a multi-chain that we are launching next month. And it's pretty much ready to go now. We're still doing some final testings on it and setting the wallet up. And if you have existing bad coin, you will be able to do a bad coin swap with your old bad coin to get your new bad coin. And then if you have an old computer or a smartphone or even a really fast computer or even ASIC, you're going to be able to mine it equally fair. So there's no more discrepancies in fairness when it comes to mining. We have created a solution to decentralize mining. The code is also open source, so any of those smart folks out there want to take that and spin it up and create another blockchain project or crypto out of it, they can, because we've opened it up for everyone. So we've made mining fair, and we're pretty excited about it. So check it out, badcoin.net. Get on the join the waitlist.
There you go. And more news coming about that, because episode number, I want to say 552 is coming up a week from today, which is Wednesday, the 20th of March. And that features Marshall Long, who we're going to talk in depth about Badcoin. You're not going to want to miss that. But for now, you're not going to want to miss this. Here comes our epic interview with the one, the only CZ.
All right. So for one, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, CZ.
Thank you for having me here.
Definitely. So I guess one of the things that most everyone wants to know, like we polled our audience, we chatted on Twitter, we connect with our audience on Facebook. They want to know, like, what is the process now actually for getting a coin listed on Binance? Because everyone wants to know how it works.
So it is a bit of a black box model. I have an article written on my LinkedIn. I think most people probably already read it. Basically, we look for good projects, and it is a subjective opinion. So, but if we list any hard criteria, people are going to engineer it, right? So, let's say we say your community size has to be X number of Twitter followers, or X number of Telegram group in your group, then
right.
people would engineer and kind of cheat it. So we can't really publish any hard matrices. And other exchanges have tried we tried community voting as well. Again, there's a lot of, as soon as you make a rule, people figure out how to bend it. And so right now, basically, we just ask for a lot of information, and then we decide on our own internal team decides it. So it is a bit of a black box, but there's a few things that will help. If you have a large number of real users, and that means you have a product that a lot of people already use. That's really good. If you don't have that, then you should at least have a product or a prototype. That's a little bit easier for us to judge. Before that, if you just have a concept, then it's a little bit harder. Then you better have a really good team. But we consider all of those things together. The other thing people are mistaken is they think we take a one-shot look at the project and say yes or no. But we don't. We look at the project through a process, through time. So even if you look at the project, say we were not listed now, it doesn't mean we're not listed forever. If the project shows continuous progress over time, it's much easier. Then it's much easier for us to say, oh, look, this bunch of guys are working very hard on it. So yeah, there's a number of different angles, and it's not a very clear process. But I do think we have a very good listing process, which contributed very significantly to our success. So yeah.
That's great. We heard you hate ICOs. Is that true? Like you guys don't want to put ICOs on there?
No. I don't hate ICOs at all. I wrote an article a long time ago saying I don't like big ICOs, and then again, a lot of people thought that I like small ICOs, and a lot of people were telling me, look, I do a tiny ICO, so you must like me.
Yeah, it's I got a medium ICO over here.
So no, it's not what I said, right? So I just don't like big ICOs. But that doesn't automatically make me like all small ICOs.
Yeah,
we still have to look at the project.
Travis, don't put words in his mouth. I mean, come on.
I want a clarification on that. I was like, I don't want CZ to be known as the ICO hater.
Yeah, don't be a hater. Yeah, now, go ahead.
But I actually really like ICOs. I do believe fundraising on the blockchain is a killer app for the blockchain space. So I still think that's going to be a really awesome feature to our industry. So I like it.
I'm sure there's some people that, never heard of you before Binance and think you just popped out of nowhere, but you didn't. You've worked in the Tokyo Stock Exchange. You worked at Bloomberg Tradebook, developing futures trading software. You founded a company called Fusion Systems. You worked at blockchain.info, and you were chief technology officer at OKCoin before you left to start Binance in 2017. So when you were evaluating the exchange space in 2016 and 17, what was it that made you say, you know what, this is missing from the market and we're going to go fill that space with this new exchange?
I joined this crypto industry in 2013, and at that time I've been working pretty much for about 12, 13 years already in the financial fintech industry. Well, we didn't have that term back then, but it was a financial technology industry. In 2013, we thought about doing a crypto-to-crypto exchange. Even when I was at blockchain.info, that discussion came up a couple of times. But we thought the market was too early. I left OKCoin at 2015, not 2017. And I look at the market again, we thought it was still too early. I think Poloniex was already there. Bittrex probably wasn't even started back then, or Bittrex was very small. By 2017, so between those 2 years, I had a team developing an exchange platform, which really helped. By 2017, we saw the volumes on Poloniex and Bittrex, and they were pretty decent. And we said, okay, now the market is ready, so let's do it. And we did it. And so probably would have been better if we started like 3 or 4 months earlier, to be honest. Like March 2017 is probably the ideal time to do that. We waited until June. But it's okay. 3 months later, but we got very lucky that we caught the wave of the 2017 rise, and that helped us grow.
Yeah, I wish I would have bought my Bitcoin 2 years earlier.
Everybody wishes that.
Right.
I was looking at this, and Joel and we started the Bad Crypto podcast in July of 2017. You started Binance in June of 2017. I'd say you're doing a little bit better than us.
It depends on how you measure. It depends on how you measure better, right? If doing a podcast makes you happy, then it's probably better.
That's
Running
true.
An exchange
$1 billion a quarter would be happy too. That would be good. Right?
But you also deal with a lot more headaches. So for a lot of people, being richer may not necessarily make them happier or better. So
that's
it depends
true.
on what you want.
As they say, mo money, mo problems.
Yep.
Absolutely. Hey, so I want to ask about this. So you guys trade in what, about 180 different countries? Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So that means 180 different sets of maybe uncleared regulations in certain countries. And so I think it's fascinating. Like, how do you guys even go about managing that to not upset certain countries and certain constituencies out there?
It's actually, so yes. So there's a couple of things there. In most of the countries today, the regulations are still not clear. So I think, and also in most countries, if the law not prevent you from doing something, then that's assumed legal. right? So you're innocent until proven guilty, basically. So if the law doesn't prevent you from doing something, then unless the law changes. And also, we do have a very and when there are clear laws preventing us from doing that, we're very polite. We leave the country alone, and we don't fight against them. And we do try to talk to them to the extent we can, but there's 180 different countries, so we don't have a lot of time on that. Third is we do have a very good legal team, and we have a number of very expensive outside legal counsel that's helping us. So it's not an easy problem to solve, but we just deal with it, really.
You know, here on the show, we're all about teaching regular people about crypto because we want to see mass adoption of this amazing technology that we think is going to revolutionize the world. So I'm wondering, what do you think is going to be the Netscape watershed moment where all of a sudden people wake up and go, oh, crypto, we're using these wallets and we're using these exchanges. What does it look like to you, and when do you think that's going to happen?
So that's a really tough one. So honestly, the short answer would be I don't know. For example, if you asked me 2 years ago or 3 years ago what's going to be the killer app in 2017 or 18, I would not have said fundraising. So yeah, I think it is fundraising that gave us the bullish market in 2017, especially for Ethereum, and which is the main token that people use to raise money. So I think it's very hard to predict exactly when and what will trigger it. But I think if you take a longer horizon, say 10 years, 20 years, it's gonna be there. This is the same thing as if you ask me in 1998, when all the e-commerce companies are kind of having issues with payments and logistics, which one's going to be the winning e-commerce platform? I would not have said Amazon. So that's a tough one. Honestly, I don't know, but I think it will happen. And I think from a business perspective, my approach is basically we just got to be ready when it happens. So we just got to stay flexible and dynamic.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, Joel and I we're thinking about our next strategy. What we want to do is we're going to fork the Binance coin.
It's not a bad strategy.
We can see we're going to call it Binance Cash.
Sure. That's a good one.
Hey, so speaking of this, so you actually followed me on Twitter. I'm TW on Twitter, TEEDUBYA on Twitter, but you weren't following Joel, which was hilarious.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah, and then I would always give him a hard time. I'd be like, dude, CZ follows me. He doesn't follow you. Ha ha. And then you unfollowed me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so what's up with that?
Sure, let me explain that too then. So I have a very rudimentary way of using Twitter. So I'm not, contrary to what people believe, I'm not a Twitter expert. I actually only spend I spend somewhere between 30 minutes to 60 minutes on Twitter every day because I want to interact with the community, and I want to learn things. I try to allocate 20% of my time interacting with users, and Twitter is part of it, not all of it. And I follow people who typically make comments in my tweets, and that I deem as very constructive and helpful. And then I follow them. But I do check my follow list once every month or so. And so basically, if the guy's tweeting too much or too little, if I don't recognize a name in my Twitter list or follow list, that means the guy's probably not tweeting very much, and I would just click on follow. If a guy's tweeting too much, for example, I will probably unfollow myself on Twitter because I tweet too much, I think. But if the guy's tweeting too much and kind of spams my feed, then I kind of click on follow as well. So I don't know which category. I think I probably have not came across Joe in my Twitter comments because it's fairly random, right? So I don't see all the comments, and I don't see everybody who's tweeting at me. I probably just saw Travis, and I probably didn't fully recognize Travis's name when I was looking at the following list. And
you unfollowed me. I really appreciate that. We're good friends now. I like that. I'll remember that. I'll remember that when I'm a billionaire, CZ. You're going to regret that.
Sure. It's easy to fix. I just click follow again. We'll fix it.
There you go.
So now I know both of you, then we can fix that easily.
We're buddies now.
That's how I use Twitter. So don't take it too personally.
Well, let's talk about the future of Binance. You know, as right now it is the biggest exchange, basically from nothing to billions virtually overnight. that had to surprise you to some degree, I'm assuming, because as much as you want to build something that you think a lot of people are going to enjoy, were you blown away to see just how successful the exchange was?
Yes, absolutely. I had no idea that you would. So basically, from starting to become the world's #1 exchange to be ranked the first time #1 on CoinMarketCap took about less than 6 months. So that was mind blowing. So I thought it would take us 3 years at minimum to like it would become top 10. So I thought it was going to be a longer grind. And that growth put a lot of stress on us. For example, we didn't have enough customer support to deal with the growth at that time. But I guess we got very lucky in the sense that we had a decent product and we worked really hard. I think the market demanded something that was better. And the network effects are very strong. I mean, we live in internet plus blockchain world today. So things spread very quickly. And it actually spread more quickly than I thought. But at the same time, that opportunity was available. Like the bull market in 2017 was available to the other 10,000 exchanges that are out there or have tried and failed. So that opportunity was there, but we got lucky. We caught on to it. So that turned out to be quite good.
Yeah, it was perfect timing for sure. And, what do you lend that to? Do you think it was because I like the site because it's so easy to use. It's intuitive. The user experience is great. The UI is pretty simple. I mean, do you think it was just a combination of all of those? It was just a perfect storm plus the bull market. Plus, for one, you have a great name. I mean, Binance Finance, beautiful name. Plus, you got the .com. I mean, it's just a nice little perfect storm for you with that ride there in 2017, huh?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much what you said. I mean, for anything to be successful, you need all the factors to work together, and you need 99 things to be right. And for something to fail, all you need is one thing to go wrong. So I think if you look at it, any success story, is like a perfect storm. Yeah. And for example, like there's other more fundamental things. For example, security is really, really important. I think today, Binance exchange is probably the only centralized exchange that can protect your funds, even when you get SIM swapped and email hacked and 2FA hacked. I think we're the only exchange today that can have a pretty decent chance of protecting your funds, even when that happens. So we invested a lot to make that feature available. We sacrificed a lot of other opportunity costs, like not doing margin, not doing futures, which are very high profit driven businesses, to make Binance.com more secure. Most people don't know that yet. So
that's so crucial. That to me, I mean, in the age that we're in right now, with you're hearing news every week about some exchange getting hacked and the keys being lost in this, and so by you guys taking security as an utmost priority, I think that's why you guys are winning.
Yeah, so it's a combination of factors, but I think there's a few fundamental factors: security, ease of use. It's all basics. It's all basic stuff.
Yeah, one of the features that I really like that I haven't seen anybody else do, and you did this last year, was the sweep of small balances, trace amounts of coins, to convert them to BNB. That was brilliant.
Yeah, so originally we wanted to sweep that all to charity, but then we thought we didn't want to force people to sweep to charity. But that was also a nice feature, and that also gives people a little bit of BNB to start with for people who doesn't know about BNB. So some people still don't know what BNB does, and they don't use it to save on the trading fees. So you still get 25% discount. You just hold some BNB, and as soon as they have some dust converted to BNB, they look into it, and so it's actually great for BNB adoption. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, maybe explain just a bit more what you're saying. It saves on transaction fees. So the Binance coin BNB. Go ahead and explain exactly how that works.
Sure. So it's very simple, right? So on Binance.com, if you have BNB in your account, when you trade, we will automatically deduct trading fees from your Binance coin reserves, and you get a 25% discount at market value. So basically, you save 25% on your fees. It's very simple. And then plus, we do a burn every quarter. So we based on the trading volume and profits that we generate. So it's a deflationary. So the total supply decreases over time. So you get a little bit of benefit out of that as well. So that's the two main things. Plus, you can use Binance in a lot of other places. But most of the other use cases, if you do use them, you will know Binance Coin yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Airbnb.
Me too.
Really good.
I actually just swept up. I haven't looked in a while, and I just swept up a few traces of coins and got 0.05 BNB added to my account. Boom.
Crypto dust. There it is. I love that.
Well, that's $5. So
For sure. So let's see. So we have a couple questions from some of our audience as well. One is from Sanket Shah. Like, what is your vision for the growth of Binance and its impact on the crypto adoption in the next 20 years?
Sure. So Binance, we want to be the infrastructure services provider for this industry. Maybe provide a couple of different infrastructure services, hopefully, out of many that's available. So we are very heavy in the exchange space, of course. So we're gonna leverage our strengths and continue to expand our presence in the exchange space. So that's why we're adding the fiat exchanges so that we can more easily facilitate fiat coming into our space. And I think that's going to help crypto adoption hugely. And indirectly, that's going to help us as well. And on the other side of the centralized exchange we have today is the decentralized exchange. So the DEX, we just released the testnet a couple of days ago. And so far, the feedback has been pretty good. And that's an innovative space for some say it's the future. So we hope it is. And we have our offering. We have one of our offerings out there. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, we'll probably try again. We'll try multiple times if we have to. At the same time, we are also doing many other things for example, in education, we have Binance Academy. In charity, we have Binance Charity, which are doing a lot of work in Africa and other countries. Charity also serves as an educational platform for a lot of people because most people don't know about crypto. Most of the ultimate beneficiaries or even the intermediaries don't know about crypto right now. So charity has to educate as well. And it's a very practical education. And we also have labs, which invest in projects. We have Launchpad, which helps projects raise money. And then, of course, we have listing or Binance.com, which gives project liquidity and help people trade. So yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot of things. I think we're doing enough right now. Plus, we also have the wallet, the trust wallet. So I think wallet is a very key infrastructure service as well. So we already have a lot. So I think right now we'll just focus on those and go deeper and provide better services.
What about a Binance app? Are you guys looking to create mobile interfaces?
So we have a Binance app for the trading for the Binance.com exchange. So that's already available. For the other stuff, for Binance DEX, for Trust Wallet is mostly mobile driven. And yes, so mobile is big today. So for all of our service offerings, we do target to make them available on mobile.
So tell us a little bit more about this decentralized exchange that you're building. That was one of the things that people were really curious about as well, because it's brand new. I think that's probably why you're doing some of the PR, interviews and stuff that you're doing this week. Tell us a little bit more about the DEX. How does it work? How does it work with your current exchange, which is a centralized exchange? And then how does the decentralized exchange work on its own? Sure.
The decentralized exchange, the Binance DEX, is pretty independent in the technology sense, in the way it works. So it is a blockchain on-chain exchange where the matching happens on-chain, and the user holds their own private keys. So before you trade, you don't have to deposit funds anywhere. So if the trade is successful, the fees the funds are deducted from your address, just like a transfer. If the trade is not
connect
successful,
with like a MetaMask or something, is that your wallet is connecting into that somehow?
So we support five or six different type of wallet structures already. You can use I'm not sure if we integrated with MetaMask, but you can use a private key that's stored in your browser. You can use a file to store your key. You can use a hardware wallet. You can use the built-in web wallet that we provide, and a number of other choices. So
gotcha.
I would of course you can use Trust Wallet, and I would actually highly recommend people using the hardware wallets, and Trust Wallet will support a hardware wallet as well. So and that way you know for sure that the private keys never leave your device, and it's quite safe. So now the biggest difference is now for a lot of the users who are worried about putting their funds in custodian of the centralized exchange. Now they don't have we solved that problem. Now you don't have to worry about that. Historically, or at least currently, most of the DEX suffer from liquidity, speed, and ease of use. And I think we made a significant improvements in those areas. The Binance chain is really, really fast. It's 1 second blocks. One block is final. So when you submit an order, you get confirmation in 1 second, and that's it. So we think it's a step forward in the evolution of the blockchains and decentralized exchanges. And how that works with Binance.com, we will definitely help the Binance chain and the Binance DEX to grow from the Binance.com. So for example, if you're a new project and if you issue a token on the Binance chain, it'll be much easier to integrate and launch on Binance.com for us. And we will prioritize the listing request if you do one. And we also do encourage other people to switch from ERC20 tokens to Binance chain tokens. Because the ERC20 tokens are more expensive to deposit and withdraw and transfer, and the confirmation times are higher, etc. So we are persuading other people to do that, and we already have 8 projects that's listed on Binance.com that have already confirmed they will transfer to Binance chain once we launch the mainnet, and those are 8 large proven projects that have fairly decent market caps.
Nice.
So we will help bootstrap and launch the Binance chain and Binance DEX very heavily from Binance.com.
I love that you guys aren't afraid to experiment with stuff, and go back to the drawing board and see what works and fine tune it. And of course, here's proof that you actually are a fan of ICOs, because the BitTorrent token, that sale sold 7.2 million worth of tokens, almost 60 billion tokens in 18 minutes on the token sale platform on Binance's Launchpad. And you tweeted out that due to a system issue, it should have taken 18 seconds otherwise, because the demand was that big. Is that true? You think all those tokens would have sold out in under a minute?
Oh, absolutely. So there's 2 issues we had with that with that sale. Number one, the upper limit for a single person to buy was like $200K US dollars ish. That was too high. But we gotta understand that BitTorrent was probably one of the first issue sales at the bottom of the bear market. So we don't know when the bear market was going to end. But some people on the net say BitTorrent probably changed that. Probably turned us from a bear to a bull market. I can't disagree with them. But basically, we wanted the sale to be successful, and I'll give you some data which wasn't public before. 500,000 people tried to grab BitTorrent token, and only 1,000 people got them.
Wow!
So basically, our system got completely overloaded. We thought, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people would go for it, or maybe 10,000 people would go for it, but 500,000 people went for it. And our system got fully backloaded. We didn't estimate the load correctly, as usual. And so you would have sold within seconds if we had allocated the load correctly. But it's good. They took our advice, had a very reasonable, basically low valuation for the sale, and it did really well. And I think they are definitely one of the reasons, if not the reason, for contributing to the turnaround in the market, which is good. So, and now we're much more confident doing other issuings and helping other projects to sell their tokens.
Yeah, Mr. Trollcom, crypto's a fad. It's going away. There's only 500,000 people trying to get in on that process.
Holy God! Well, you were saying, Travis, that you didn't know that was going live, and you would have bought the tokens. Guess what? You probably wouldn't have gotten any.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have. I want to actually say this to all the folks out there who are listening. So Binance, they did an ICO, and according to ICO Bench, out of a score of 5, ICO Bench gave them a 1.2 out of 5 rating. And their token price on the ICO was 10 cents a token, and now right now it's $10.59 a token, the number 10 ranked token in all of crypto land. So congrats to you on that, Mr. CZ. That is quite an accomplishment.
Thank you. I think we got lucky. Just a minor correction, with the number 10 coin, number 1 token. So if you look at ERC20 tokens, and actually out of the top, I don't know, 20 or 30, we're the only token that's in the top. We're the number 1 token right now, but we will switch to a coin very soon.
Well, congratulations for that. We want to respect your time. We know you're on a tight schedule. I just wonder, as you leave us, if you might be able to just speak to the future of crypto, not when Lambo, when Moon, or when's Bitcoin going to hit, $20,000, or is John McAfee going to have to cut off his dick or anything like that. Just more of a big picture of where do you think the world is going and how is blockchain going to change everything?
I think crypto is going to be everywhere. Crypto is going to replace the current financial, or crypto is going to replace quite a large chunk of this current financial system. That most of them are kind of a little bit broken to some extent. So I think we're going to see, right now we have not seen so much crypto applications, to be honest. So but that also speaks to the potential for crypto. For example, payments is not very heavily used right now, and it could be. And I think with a 1 second blockchain, 1 second confirmation is final. You could potentially improve that. We don't know. We'll see. In gaming, in e-commerce, in real estate, in everywhere. So I think so far the crypto is so early in this industry. Some people compare the last bear market to the dot-com bust of 2000, but the dot-com was 8 trillion at that time, the market cap, and crypto wasn't that big in the last peak. So crypto is still very, very small. And I think I also think if we can improve the current financial systems we have today, which has a lot of flaws, if we can improve that, then there's so much more for us to do for us humans to do, right? Like space exploration. Understanding how our universe works and understanding how small we are, and looking back at ourselves, we don't even know how we work as a human, right? So we don't even know why we have a soul. We don't even know why we have thoughts. So there's a lot of stuff for us to do, for us to learn. So having a sound financial system will give people more financial freedom and help them to do more meaningful stuff. So. And that's what we try to do. So we try to, that's basically what I know how to do. I think the biggest contribution I can make is to help crypto adoption and help to improve the current financial system. So we'll keep trying, and we'll see what happens.
Hey, CZ, thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate you joining us today and sharing with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Trev, CZ is just a really personable guy, a really enjoyable interview.
Absolutely. The guy was really smart, obviously. He decided to create the world's best exchange at the same time that we decided to create the world's best podcast. Mm-hmm. And his seems to be a little more profitable, probably. Yeah.
And I'm not going to say we're having more fun, because it sounds like he's having a really good time as well.
You know what? That was a fun interview. We cracked a few jokes. Honestly, and he's got a good sense of humor. Some people who are so smart, then they're almost like, their sense of humor is off, but his was spot on. I loved my Airbnb joke. He goes, I love Airbnb also. I was proud of that one. I thought
that was really good.
So we had a good time with Mr. CZ.
Mm-hmm. Coming up on our next episode, Vinny Lingham of Civic, and followed by Marshall Long to talk about Badcoin. One piece of quick news here before we go today that I think is going to make everybody happy. The story that you sent to me said that Jay Clayton, the chairman of the Securities Exchange Commission, said that they are not viewing Ethereum as a security, nor tokens like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've also said that Bitcoin's not a security, which would mean Badcoin's also not a security, which is great. And so, I mean, this right here, this is news people have been waiting on, because they were thinking, oh my God, is Ethereum a security? And that whole cloud that was covering it up dropped the price, I think, over time from $1,700 or $1,500, whatever it was, all the way down to $90 or whatever the low it got down to. And maybe this will help end the crypto winter, knowing that the project that most of the coins are built on, the ERC20 platform for the most part, a lot of those are going to be securities, but at least Ethereum is not a security. So that clears up some of the things. And that's exciting. That's good news. Maybe we could see some more good news on the horizon, and maybe the price growing up in the horizon.
What he said is, in quotes, no one is creating it for their own control of Bitcoin. It's designed to be a payment system replacement for sovereign currencies. We've determined that that doesn't have the attributes of a security. As far as I'm concerned, it's designed to be akin to the dollar, the yen, the euro, and it operates that way. People who purchase it are expecting it to operate that way. So, yes. And, there's been a little bit of a sense that maybe the crypto winter is coming to a close, just like the groundhog said winter is going to, that spring will be here early. So we've seen some signs, some potentially bullish signals, and I still don't know what's going to happen.
Nobody knows. But the only way that you can stay on top of it is to keep listening to us. We're going to keep giving you guys the news, keep updating you, keep interviewing really intelligent folks. I mean, seriously, we brought you CZ today. That was one of the ones that was on the bucket list right there, Mr. Jocom. So that's why we had a special number here, number 250. If you notice, we have a theme. The number 100s and the 50s are always normally somebody really cool. And so we keep that trend going.
And if you really want to stay in tune with what's going on in the crypto world, then you're going to want to make sure that you stay back.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.
It's Ellen's Mother's Day show with 400 expectant moms, Kris Jenner, huge giveaways, and big surprises.
Twitch, you are the father.
Ellen, today at 3 on NBC for New York. Then at 4, get 20 minutes of uninterrupted news, plus your exclusive 10-day forecast, all before the first commercial. Join Stephen Holt, Natalie Pascarella, and Dave Price for News for New York at 4 p.m. Today on NBC for New York.